Welcome back to another Pokemon Market Monday, your one-stop shop for all your Pokemon information. We go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going up in price. And we do also cover any big Pokemon news, like cards or sets that get revealed. And if I do see any good deals, I always try to throw them in here too. But before we get started, we do have to give thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Metatcg. I did all the research and I found us the best possible website for you guys to sell your bulk. You can sell them Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, or Yu-Gi-Oh! It's so easy to sell them your cards too. You just fill out this bulk submission form, tell them exactly what you have. They do have to be near mint. They even have a video showing you exactly what to do. They streamline everything and they make it so easy. And like I said, you can get money or you can trade it in for some awesome cards that they have in stock. So definitely check them out. All the links are in the description. All right, let's get started checking out celebrations. So the ETB market price $214. Looking good. Last sold $228, $200, $234, $225, $201. We did have one sale down there at $243. The collector's chest market price $80. Got to check the Pokemon Center ETB. Last sold for this one $300, $300, $347, $354. And got to check that UPC. This thing is going crazy. Last sold $699, $684, $650, $647. We did have one sale at $499, which is pretty low compared to the rest. But that box finally going to the moon. The Celebrations Prime Collection market price $121 now, and even the Pikachu Premium Figure Collection market price $105. Next, we have Evolving Skies. The ETBs are up a little bit. We're going to check the booster box, see if we have any sales over 2K. Last sold $1990, $2000, $1950. Another one at 2K. So that's good to see. Next, we got Crown Zenith. Regular ETB market price $182. Last sold $175, $188, and $173. And I know the Pokemon Center ETB is up a couple dollars. Market price $292 now. Last sold $330, $330, $335, $299, $305. We got the Galarian Moltres tin, which is actually down a couple dollars. Market price $66. And then we got the Premium Figure Collection. This is the Zacian one. Last sold $199, $187, $180, and $175. Next, we have 151. Not a ton of movement for 151 besides the ETBs. Pokemon Center's going wild. Last sold $699, $695, $675. You got to think this is probably the best box or one of the top 3 boxes in the entire Scarlet and Violet era. Because that promo inside too is worth a good amount of money. We got to check the regular ETB. Last sold for this one $275, $280, $256, and $263. And then the mini tin display is up a couple dollars. And then the UPC is also up a little bit. Last sold $384, $398, $400, $395. That thing's just been slowly climbing to like $360 to $400. Next, we have Prismatic Evolutions. We got a couple new big sales for the Pokemon Center ETB. This was at $220. Now last sold $269, $272, $274, $264. And then it kind of goes right back down to $230 and $225. One at $248 down there. And we will check the regular ETB market price $111. Last sold $115, $115, $100, and another one at $115. This thing did get down to $97. But yeah, this market is just crazy. Because I mean, if you compare it to the COVID boom, it's not even remotely close. I mean, we never had every single booster box over $200 in the Sword and Shield era. Ever. Like not even remotely close to that. And then all these ETBs just being over $100 is insane. Next, we have Destin Rivals. So we got a little bit of movement on the booster box. Look at that line going straight up. It was at $247. Now last sold $270, $283. 6 of them at $269. Another one at $283. I have a feeling this thing's just going to keep going up and down, depending on reprints and whatever we get. Yeah, the highest sale is $299. Let's see if there's any big sales for the Pokemon Center ETB. Market price still says $183. Yeah, all last sold right around $180. All right, next we have Blackbolt. So the regular ETB market price $90. Then we got the poster collection at $35. Booster pack at $10.15. Got the binder collection at $48. Pokemon Center ETB at $150. And we got the mini tin display at $156. Kind of like these mini tins, how dark they are. It's pretty sweet. All right, next, then we have White Flare. Regular ETB $88. They're basically the same exact price. except the Pokemon Center ETB is a couple dollars cheaper. Binder Collection 48, Booster Pack 1021, Pokemon Center ETB 147. And yeah, that is literally about it. Next, we are talking about Paradox Rift Booster Box. This was $100 a year ago. Now last sold $225, $220, $207. Next, we have Journey Together. This is the regular one. The enhanced one kind of leveled out right around like $215, I think. It's got down to $210. Now last sold $235, $235, and $225. Next, we have Surging Sparks bouncing back again. It's got down to $221. Now last sold $240, $240, $243, and $215. Next, we have Stellar Crown coming up a little bit. This box got down to $210 also. Now last sold $220, $220, $209. It's just crazy that none of these boxes will go below $200. Then we have Twilight Masquerade up just a little bit since last week, but last sold $280, $283, $284, and $285. Next, we have Temporal Forces. But yeah, every single Scarlet and Violet booster box has the same exact looking 1 year graph. Last sold for Temporal Forces is $216, $223, $228, and $222. We do have one sale at $250. Next, we have Scarlet and Violet base set. It's got down to $199. Now last sold $207, $210, $219, and $215. Next, we have the Charizard UPC. This is at $262. Got up to $305, back down to $294. Now last sold $322, $339, $340, and $325. Next, we have the Pokemon Center Fusion Strike ETB. This was $66 1 year ago. Now last sold $390, $355, $341, $355. That is absolutely insane for a 1 year gain on a box. Next, we have the Paladin Fates ETB. Last sold for this was $199, $218, $215, and $214. Next, we have the Mega Evolution Booster Box pre-sales on eBay. So we also have the Pokemon Center ETBs here too. So the Lucario and the Gardevoir sold for $337 total. Booster box $260, Gardevoir $180, another booster box $300, and a bunch of sets right around $300. Next, we have the Gold Metal Pikachu. I really enjoy these metal cards. They just feel so premium. I mean, the texture's crazy. I'm kind of shocked that they're not a little bit more popular, but this thing has just been slowly climbing and had a nice little jump recently. Last sold 69, 70, 60, 84, 99. These cards are pretty tough to find in clean condition. They come really chipped up sometimes. Next, we have the Metal Charizard. These come in the Celebrations UPC, which is going crazy, as we've seen earlier. So it last sold for the Charizard, $179, $195, $180, $170, $140. Bunch of them at $190. Next, we have the Gold Pikachu, the other card that comes in Celebrations. Another promo from the Celebrations UPC. Last sold for this one, $55, $70, $85, $92, and $83. Next, this is the last promo that you get in that box. Can't really beat that lineup for promos, except that, you know, it doesn't have any illustration rares or special illustration rares. That's why I do think the 151 UPC might be the best UPC we've ever gotten. Especially more people like 151 more than Celebrations. And you're getting an illustration rare Mewtwo, the actual special illustration rare Mew, and then you're getting an awesome metal card. But reprints of the base set Pikachu and Charizard in gold metal cards is pretty crazy if you think about it. Last sold for this Pokeball, $13, $28, $16, $14. So very, very cheap, $20 sealed. Next, we have the Bubble Mew EX. Going crazy again, got down to $292. Now last sold $340, $335, $375, $380. Don't forget, this card did get up to, what, $400, $420? Next, we have the Charizard EX coming up a little bit. Got down to $176. Now last sold $193, $190, $195, and $189. Next, we have the Zapdos EX, also bouncing back just a little bit. It was at $47. Now last sold $50, $52, $53, and $54. Next, we have the Mewtwo V from Pokemon Go. This was a $37 card. Now last sold $39, $49, $45, $45, $50. Another one down there at $55. Next, we have the Rayquaza VMax Trainer Gallery. So this got down to about $71. Now last sold $80, $72, $83, $85, $84. Next, we have the Pikachu VMax Trainer Gallery. This got down to $55. Now last sold $59, $62, $57, $62. So some of the trainer galleries are starting to bounce back just a little bit. Just added a couple of the big ones in here that just started to move up. Here's the Starmie, it was at 77. Now last sold 82, 79, 85, 85. And for our last two, we're going to be checking a ton of the Blackbolt and White Flare cards. And then I also want you guys to guess down below what you think some of these cards are going to end up at. All right, so we're starting off with White Flare. So we got the White Full Art Reshiram, market price $498. Let me know down below what you guys think this card is going to be at. I could see it at 250, maybe even 200. Next, we have the Reshiram EX Special Illustration Rare, market price $277. I could see this right around maybe like $175 to $200. Then we have the Hydragon EX. I could see this thing, you know, kind of right around Milotic, $80, $90. And I could even see it eventually getting as cheap as the actual other Hydragon EX. Then we got the Hilda, market price $79. Jellicent, market price $77. Keldeo, market price $62. I could see that thing getting really cheap, $30, $40. It's such a beautiful card though. Then we got a bunch of super high priced illustration rares. Do not pay any of these prices, please, for any of these cards. So we got the Menshao here, market price $50. Chandelure, $48. Oshawott, $48. The Whimsicott EX Special Illustration Rare, market price $40. Then we got the Zoroark Illustration Rare, which is a super cool one, $35. Samurott, $30. Tepig, $28. Zwilius, market price $28. Deerling, $25. So many expensive illustration rares in this set. But again, this just came out. I think this Drudigan also really pops too. The colors on it, so nice. I think it just kind of sticks out from the rest of them. But yeah, there's so many that are $20 or more. And honestly, there's just so many illustrations for this set. It's going to be a super tough set to actually master. We got the Takian, market price $15. Let's see what some of the cheaper cards are. See if there is any cheap illustration rares yet. Those look like all full arts, and my computer's not even loading. So some of the cheapest illustration rares, we got the Watchog, market price $484. Shelmet, market price $623. Patrat, market price $651. So I mean, there is some affordable illustration rares, but they'll get even cheaper. And last on the list, we have Blackbolt. So we got the Black Zekrom Full Art, market price $486. Again, let me know down below what you guys think. And here is the Red Victini, which I think you can get in both sets. It even says Blackbolt and White Flare on it. Market price $396. I really want to see this card in person and see the texture and stuff. Very excited to see that one. Next, we have the Zekrom EX, market price $331. I'm actually excited to see all of these in person. I've seen a handful, but not all the top ones. Next, we got End's Plan, market price $165. Kyurem, market price $120. And I actually, when I'm recording this, is the day before my card show, which means I'm going to be seeing a ton of these at the card show, so I'm actually very excited. Got the Genesect EX Special Illustration Rare, market price $82. I can see that being a $50 card or something. Excadrill, market price $64. Then we got the Seismitoad Illustration Rare, market price $63. This is the same artist who did the Giratina and the Magikarp, so I'm curious to see where that's going to settle at. It'll definitely be probably one of the most expensive illustration rares in the set. I just don't think it's going to be, you know, a $50 card. I could see it maybe being $20, maybe $30 at absolute most. And I could also see it being $10. You never know. I think this Haxorus card right here is super sick at $57. But yeah, we got the Superior EX Special Illustration Rare only at $57. Meloetta EX Special Illustration Rare $55, Crocodile $35, Conkeldurr $30. So some very expensive illustration rares. We'll hop to the next page. Man, there's just so many arts, and honestly, the variety's super good. It's really tough to beat this set art-wise, but Gen 5 is not nearly as popular as Gen 1. But yeah, that is about it for today's Market Monday. There is some super nice arts in here if you really sit and look at each one individually. Such variety. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Market Monday. If you guys do like this content, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, you can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, or my YouTube membership. It's only 99 cents a month. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you want to watch my last Pokemon Sleeper Sunday where I do a giveaway, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.